man shrouded in darkness and shadows, floating in the night air.
Of all the people to get possessed, it had to be the one that could do the firebolts.
Hey, if there's holy water in there, I need you to find it.
And the voice says,
"You're going to regret that."
And then with the nod, Jackal aims his crossbow up at one of the letters.
I'll hold Leon down on the other side.
the bodies of everyone holding on to Leon fly across the air, all in different directions, over across the tops of the trees of the Neverwinter Woods. What is cracking, everybody, and welcome to another session of Songs from the Abyss, where saving your friends sometimes means beating the absolute brakes off of them. I am your dungeon master, or aka Daddy Mommy, Ernell Pearson, alongside a couple of my great friends. It is firstly Devin Brevin, the dude.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Put the girl on. Dude, you haven't gone. You've been gone for a little while.
And I'm thinking I'm back.
You're thinking you're back. Yeah. Thinking of Devin in like the John Wick, like, and I'm thinking, like that. It's a good look on you. It's a good look on you. Devin,
Honestly, I feel like I could pull it off for Halloween. You know, like it just shave this down a little bit.
Oh, do the slick back? Yeah, dude.
So I was thinking about that, or I was thinking about Winter Soldier.
Oh, that'll go hard for you.
Because I've lost 33 pounds and I'm getting back.
Yeah. Go stay stacked, brother. Stay stacked. And are you gonna do your beating arm or never mind? We also have my little Thai peanut. It's Xander.
I'm sorry, I'm taken aback by what you just
Huh? What? What do you mean?
Hi.
You
Hello.
don't know what arm is the beating arm.
Hey, Xander, how are you?
He's ambidextrous. I'm good. I would, however, like to understand why I can't go a single encounter without dying. I'm
Skill
chilling.
issue.
No, it's not. Actually, it's because he has 10 less hit points than everybody else in the party, pretty much.
Yeah. My guy right now, 28 hit points with temporary 8.
Yeah, exactly. So Moonwind, it's no fault of your own, brother. You're just the glass tank, dude.
Listen. I didn't min-max my character, but like
you min-maxed your character, okay? Don't try to act like I didn't
Literally
min-max my
everyone
character.
did except for me. Okay, because my rolls were absolute dog shit. There's no way to min-max mine.
The only people who technically did not min-max their characters are Xander and DJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we're the newbies.
You guys min-maxed your characters so hard, I had to rewrite parts of this story to accommodate.
I saw my rolls. And I was like, "Oh, we get to pick where these go." Okay.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
I'm a warlock that beats ass, dude.
Which is fine. I wanted you guys to have that freedom to do that. You're not going to have that freedom for any of our future campaigns. So cherish it close. Cherish it closely. You know what I'm saying? Hold it
I'm
tight.
gonna charisma my way out of this and say, okay.
You're gonna riz me. You're gonna riz your DM.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll allow it.
Let me do a check here.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like because you've made some compliments about a part of my body before, I get a roll with advantage.
Yo.
Joke's on you. I do that with everybody.
So I get a roll at advantage.
as a certified pansexual, I will objectify all of you.
so I gotta use my charisma, right? So
yeah, I mean it's a persuasion check. So go ahead.
I got an 18 plus 4. That's 22 total.
It is, yeah. Unfortunately, my DC is 25. A rundown of our housekeeping here. So, good Kraken. We have lots of episodes of content for you guys to listen to. You guys can check all of that out over on YouTube. along with that, we have one more session that we'll be doing next week. And you guys will see that. I don't want to spoil anything for all of y'all at home. But the week after that, Devin and I will be gone. So we will not have a episode the week following. So just make sure that you guys are prepared for that. We will also not be doing an episode of Shipwreck Show on Labor Day. So keep that in mind as well. We will have a week off from there that we will not be doing that. So yeah, that'll be a good time. Anyways, in the meantime, go to goodkraken.com where you guys can get all sorts of different t-shirts and goodies. And the Good Kraken dildo is unfortunately out of stock. But we have other goodies like the brand new Good Kraken condom with a K.
No,
We don't.
It's there. You guys just don't see it. You know what I mean?
It's
You don't
not.
see it. Yeah.
It's not there.
no, it's not.
It's
It's
no.
not.
Okay.
No.
It's not.
I thought we talked about
Listen,
this.
listen. Graphic designer is here and co-owner is here. It's not.
Touche. well played, sirs. Well played. Before we kick things off officially for you two, neither of you has a heroic inspiration today, my good sirs. You are starting
How
off.
dare you?
You're telling me I don't get heroic inspiration after being possessed and almost killing everybody? That's
Nope.
crazy.
How
Sure
dare
don't.
you?
Sure don't.
Yeah.
Is it because I had it last time? It's because I had it last time.
You did. Yeah. With that said,
I always forget to use it too.
He gave heroic inspiration to Falcon.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. During our last session, gentlemen, Leon's patron took control of his mind and used him to attack the party at Falcon's hunting lodge. The battle ensued, with Cloud leaping toward Leon, but the patron was prepared for the attack and launched him into the Neverwinter Woods, leaving the rest of the group to have to find a way to free Leon themselves. Moonwind attempted to disarm the patron, but unfortunately almost met his demise when taking a direct shot from an eldritch blast. The Dark being summoned creatures of shadow to try and dispatch the adventurers, but Boris cut them down with haste just before Falcon began rolling out his hunting tools to assist. Jackal made his way to the rooftop for a better vantage point, while Falcon tried to fight off some of the shadow creatures until he is struck by one and sees a vision of a glowing eldritch symbol shattering like glass. He recognizes this as some sort of hint to slow down the patron and instructs Jackal to aim for one of the glowing symbols around Leon. The bolt strikes true, and the destruction of the symbol causes some sort of panicked reaction in the patron's control over Leon. Falcon tackles Leon, pinning him to the ground long enough for Boris to help Moonwind back to consciousness and for the party to help hold the warlock down. The patron tries to escape by flying off, knocking Boris off of the pile while the rest stayed clinging on. That is, until the patron lets off a large blast, sending everyone into scattered directions above the trees of the woods and leaving Boris alone at the lodge. Please let us begin, my good sirs. As your eyes slowly peel open, you can see bright beams of yellow hues blurrily slipping through the cracks and gaps of the emerald canopy above, and they cut through the gloominess of the forest like blades of celestial gods in your childhood stories. There is a calm stillness to the woods around you, and as you hear the distant chirps of finches and foxes chattering, an enraptured sense of refuge has washed over you. The smell of damp moss grows stronger as you can feel the soft bedding of the moss against the skin of your arms and the frigidity of morning dew hugging the back of your head. A cool breeze gently carries across your face as you open your eyelids further. But they quickly shut again to the wincing pains and aches you can feel throughout your bodies. Your arms, legs, and back are all throbbing, as if you had spent days swimming through quicksand. And the soreness makes it difficult to breathe. But you're able to push yourself to sit upward. And Leon, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts as you sort of sit up and shake yourself off for a second?
Why am I in the woods? What the hell happened? Am I covered in blood or anything like that?
You are covered in blood, mud, dirt, all sorts of wonderful things cover your coat and clothes.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck happened? Is anybody in view? Am I near the lodge? Anything?
You cannot tell where in the forest you are located, but next to you, about 5 feet away, is Moonwind, holding his hands on his head. And Moonwind, I ask you the same. What are you thinking as your eyes sort of peel open and you feel this ache growing from your belly?
As my eyes open, I look around trying to make sense of where I'm at. And when my vision starts to clear and I see Leon next to me, I'm going to run at him and grab him by the throat.
Do I see him coming at me?
You do. Could I have both of you roll me opposed athletics checks, please?
$16 total.
Athletics. 21 total.
So, Moonwind, you get up, and as you sort of leap towards Leon, do you do anything while you're sort of leaping towards him?
Yes, I'm going to lunge at him to try and grab him by the throat, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to be shouting at him. I'm like, you want to tell me what the fuck just happened back there?
And as your hand sort of reaches out towards Leon, how do you sort of approach Moonwind lunging at you this way to get him away from you?
I'm still on the ground, just kind of sitting up when this happens,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
I am going to kind of like somersault backwards and use my feet, like grab his hand and use my feet to just kind of like roll him away from me, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like I'll roll backwards and roll him over me, not like tossing him, just kind of like a, little deflection. And I was just going like, what the hell is this even going on?
And Moonwind, you sort of topple over the top of Leon. Do you continue to pounce?
I'm going to get up, dust myself off, and look at him and say, you and your stupid purple glowing eyes decided to mess up everything that was happening.
What in the devils are you talking about?
We're going to have a great night. We're going to get some sleep. We're going to get some rest. But no, everything can't be normal around here.
I know I just woke up.
All of a sudden, you started floating about, blasting Eldritch Blast after Eldritch Blast, summoning these
like
random... So you're aware of it?
No, I'm just saying floating. I don't know how to float.
You're floating and surrounded by purple smoke. Does that sound familiar at all?
What?
You weren't you.
I wasn't me. What are you talking about?
Do you have any dealings with dark magic at all?
That's quite the can of worms we'd have to open there.
Well, seeing as we're the only two in this forest right now, we've got all the time in the world.
I'm just gonna look at him, look around. Do I notice any trails or buildings or anything?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
Perception is... I got a 15 total.
You can see that you guys are sort of in a open plot of moss and grass within the woods, and around you is nothing but an ocean of trees and branches and bushes, and you don't see any buildings, you don't really see any paths, you don't really see much besides the sunlight breaking through the leaves of the trees.
Do I hear water?
You guys can hear a bit of a distant water. It would be hard to pinpoint what direction it is coming from, though.
I'm gonna look at Moonwind and I'll be like, I think before I tell you anything, because you've already walked in, we need to find some water.
I take 2 steps closer to him, so we're about almost nose to nose. Look him dead in the eyes. I want to slap.
Go ahead and roll to attack, my good sir. You are looking for Leon's AC of 12.
Perfect. I rolled a 16, and that's a +3.
Okay.
I'm sorry, +5 on hit.
And Xander, please roll a just base melee. Just give me like a d6
For a slap?
Yeah, I'm not gonna add the modifier just for a slap.
It's a 2.
Sweet, Leon, you will take 2 points of blunt damage from the slap.
I'm gonna fucking sock him back.
If you'd like to, you can. You can, absolutely. Do you actually want to?
Yeah, because that's what my character would do, because he doesn't know what happened.
Okay, Leon, go ahead and roll AC for a Moonwind. You need a 15.
Good, I just rolled, what's the unarmed strike is +4. I rolled a 13, that's 17.
Okay, go ahead and roll for damage on the unarmed strike, sir.
It says the damage is just a flat 3 for me.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And I gave him the D6 because he's a monk. So So Xander, Moonwind will take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the punch. So Moonwind, you slap Leon across the face, and you can hear the clap across his face.
Like I'm wanting straight up like Neil Newborn as a Starian type energy, just like walks up to him
and just slaps him across the face. And Leon, how do you react to this slap before?
He's gonna do it, and I'm just gonna look at him, and you're just gonna see the anger in my eyes because I still don't know what happened, you know? Like, and I'm just gonna like, with the quickness, just like quick, like upper jab, just right into the side of the face. Not like a full on right there, but just boom.
And Moonwind takes the shot to the face, and both of you sort of stumble
Stare at each.
and stare into the punch as it gets sent his way, and Moonwind thankfully has taken some pretty heavy shots before and eats this punch in front of you. How do you guys approach after the punch?
That's it. We just stare at each other in silence for a second. And I'm gonna look at.
Yeah, that's what I was emulating.
Now?
I was emulating that long pause of just like pure, unadulterated rage through silence. What did you say?
Are we done now?
How can I even trust you when I don't know when this purple shit was going to show up again?
I still don't even know what you're talking about. Why don't we find some water, clean ourselves, and you tell me what the hell's happened?
No, we're not going a damn place until I get some answers from you. So we're going to sit here and we're going to talk it out. I want to know.
Oh, go ahead.
What is the last thing you remember?
The last thing I remember is being in the lodge.
You remember going upstairs?
I remember going to my room to go to sleep.
And then that's the last thing you remember, and you woke up here.
Yes.
So you don't remember nearly killing me. You don't remember
What?
blasting the wild cat out into the middle of the forest.
What?
The whole crew is separated because of you.
What?
So that brings me to my first question. Have you had any dealings in dark magic?
It's not dark magic per se,
First,
but old magic. And there's reasons for it. But still, I don't even know what happened.
when did this all start? You having the ability to conjure magic.
It was a few years ago. There's a story behind it, but this isn't a good place for a story. I say I have my reasons, and I will tell you, but we need to figure out exactly where we are. We need to find water. We need to find food. You still, quite frankly, you look like shite right now. I don't know what happened, but I can promise you, I do not want to kill you. Nor do I even think about it.
All right. You lead the way, but I'm not letting you out of my sight.
Gladly. Is my sword on the ground or anything?
Your sword's still on you. It was last sheathed in the combat, so
okay.
You still have it along with you on your side, and you two sort of head in a direction, and for what feels like hours, you guys wander the Neverwinter Woods, and it feels as though we're kind of drawn in circles. Leon, your hand is up.
You just have regular clothes on, right, Moonwind? Like you're not wearing armor?
I mean, no, they're just regular, like, monk's clothes.
I'm gonna look over at Moonwind because obviously we're pretty tired and beaten, and I can tell that he's like semi-injured from whatever happened, and I'm gonna look over at you, and then I'm just gonna be like, "Can you trust me on this real quick?"
That
Can you
depends
trust
on
me?
what this is.
I can tell you're still injured.
I'll be fine.
Aegis Romegas. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on Moonwind just to give him an extra force of protection.
Okay. Let me check something here.
And I'm
Armor.
and I have to use a piece of cured leather to do it. So I'm just gonna cut a piece off of my jacket.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it for sure.
I'm just gonna cut let's just say there's like little belt pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna cut off like a little 2-inch piece with a dagger to do it.
So, Moonwind, what that means for you is that your AC now becomes 13 plus your dexterity modifier. So, Moonwind, your AC is now 16 instead of 15.
Yeah.
So, note that there.
Good.
It's just a little. It's just, but it's also I have to maintain concentration on it too.
Yes.
Wait, you said my AC is now what?
16.
16.
16?
Yeah, so I can't use any other concentration spells while I use this one.
Well, actually, is it a concentration spell? I'm pretty sure it's just a touch.
Oh, it is a touch. Sorry.
Yeah,
Baldur's
yeah,
Gate.
yeah.
Baldur's
Nice.
Gate.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Here, I'll also verify just to be safe, because I know D&D Beyond.
I just looked at the spell in Beyond. It is touch.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes Beyond doesn't give. No, yeah.
And how long
it's
does
not.
that last?
Till next long rest.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
correct. 8 hours is the duration. And yes, no, it is not a concentration spell, so you are a-okay there, sir. You two sort of travel Neverwinter Woods very seemingly aimlessly for a couple of hours. And the sun is still up, but it's hard to really get an idea of what direction is where with how thick the canopy is above at the tops of the trees. Yes, Manuel.
Have I noticed if, as time passed, if the sun had actually moved at all?
It's very difficult to tell. The sunbeams are still bright, and they're still cutting through the canopy, but there isn't really a difference in darkness and in the woods itself. It's still sort of the same gloomy green that you guys had seen before. And after a couple of hours of wandering, you two sort of start to feel a little bit of at a loss.
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just want to really try and hone my senses with my elf ears and see if I can, because my goal right now is to look for water.
Your passive perception allows you to sort of hear the water, and thankfully it is kind of keeping you in a relatively okay direction relative to where you're hearing the water. But it's hard to see very much looking any different with this being off the trail of the Neverwinter Woods. You guys can roll a survival check for me.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask if there's any animals nearby too. No,
Hear birds?
nothing but the birds.
Just the birds, my good sir.
The cameras.
Is there a bird close by, like a raven or anything like that? Anything that I could see?
Yeah, you can see a couple of jays, sort of flickering and fluttering above all of you.
Okay, so I'll roll my survival check here real quick.
Yes.
Mine was 21 total.
21. Okay.
Oh, good. Mine was 14 total.
Okay. And Moonwind, you sort of start to aim your eyesight towards the ground to see if you can find any sort of tracks or symbols or anything that could help you guys sort of get a grasp of what direction that you're heading. And you see nothing. There's just moss, grass, broken twigs, branches, dead leaves, living leaves even. But nothing to really help you guys sort of know where you are. Leon, with seeing the jays above you, do you do anything with that?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. And how does that look, sir?
Like
So,
Fiona from Shrek. Just starts singing in the forest. He doubles as a bard.
Respistos Kamutos Katos. And it's just hand gesture. And I'm going to look up at the Jays. And I'm just going to say, good afternoon to you.
And one of the jays will sort of like stop its sort of jumping around and sort of freeze in place. And it turns towards you in one sort of bouncing leap on the branch that it's standing on. The other jay flies away, but this specific jay looks down at you, and you can see its head sort of twitch while looking back at you. And it says, "Hello."
Sorry to bother you, and sorry I scared your friend away, but do you happen to know where I could find some water? A creek, a river, a lake, any source at all? Do you know which direction I should go?
Water? Yeah, there's water all over.
Which way should I walk? You know, water where fish live.
Fish? Yes, Moonwind.
What does this look like to me?
You are seeing Leon chirping in front of you.
Okay, hold on. Before this goes on,
Literally, yeah.
before that goes on anymore, I just want to take a moment to I'm going to look over and just have the most confused look on my face. And then I'm going to find a nice patch of moss, sit down, and yell out to him. If you don't have any luck with him, try the woodpecker out there.
I'm just going to put my finger up.
And now I'm relaxing.
And the jay will look back at you and say, "Fish? Well, I love fish."
Yeah, could you show me where to go to get fish? And I'd be more than happy to help you get a meal.
Well, there's a couple places to get fish. There is the moving spine. There is the hole. There is the pond. There is the other moving spine. There is the rapid. And yes.
The moving spine, it's moving water. Sounds like a river or a creek, correct?
There's fish there, yes.
Could you take me to the closest one, please? Or tell me which direction to go? You don't have to come with me, but if you do come with me, my plan is to catch fish, and I'd be more than happy to give you some.
I could do that, but You're better off asking him.
Who's him?
That fellow there.
And the jay will fly off from the branch. And behind you, where you see the bird flying off, Leon, you turn around and peering from the dark, shaded bushes from where you two had walked from, you can see in the break of light the shape of a large creature that is hard to make out, but as it steps forward, you can see now the shape of a man standing nearly 8-9 feet tall.
A druid?
And his legs come up from underneath, and you hear click, 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 click.
A centaur.
And in his hand is a large spear. No shirt on his torso, but just one long string of hair, tall, tilted to one side of his head. Silver. You can see red paint marked across his face and down his torso, and his legs, as he moves forward, reveal the body of a horse underneath him.
So sick, a centaur. This is dope. Me with my elvish background and just knowledge from where I come from, the studies of Baldur's Gate, I'm gonna immediately get down on one knee and just say, "Hello, protector of the woods."
Let's have you roll a history check first for that, please.
I'm just gonna look at this real quick and just
Nat
say,
fucking 20. Nat 20. Let's go.
Okay. Moonwind, what was that?
the way I'm imagining it in my head.
He's just like laying in the moss.
Like I'm just chilling. I'm chilling in the moss, and then I see the centaur come from the bush. Like I'm imagining it coming from my left this way, and like I'm on kind of like a slight hill, like a hilly like patch of moss, and I look up and he just like walks slowly across towards Leon a little bit, and then I see Leon take a knee. And I just look at him like.
You're like, wait, that's not a characteristic of him.
Like, now I really have seen everything. And then I kind of follow suit and like try and show some form of respect, but let's be honest, I have a 9 intelligence and I'm not going to do a history check for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see that as like just a basic sign of respect. So I'm going to go down on both knees and just go and put my head down like this.
Leon, you can remember from old books and old tales that your parents had told you about when you were a wee boy. The centaurs are an old race and very much, as you said, the protectors of the woods that they reside in. And they don't show themselves for very many reasons other than to defend themselves or defend the woods. Mm-hmm. So you understand that immediately seeing this centaur is a sign of something that is likely not good if you guys are seeing him. And even more so, you understand that the centaurs are a very proud race. Mm-hmm. And bowing to them is the best way to sort of approach this centaur being here at all. Mm-hmm. And as you sort of bow down and Moonwind bows in accordance with you, your bow is obviously much more bread and butter. you understand.
I
that.
rolled a nat 20. It's gotta be.
You understand that you can't make eye contact when you're bowing to a centaur. One knee is just as permissible. But what's most important is that you make sure that your head is tilted down. And you bow before him, and the centaur steps out of the shadows a bit further towards you both. And he knocks his spear into the ground heavily before you. Goo, doo, doo. And you can hear the clutter of his hooves stop. And he says, "Rise."
Hello, greetings. My name is Leon. This is Moonwind. We have both been attacked many times by orcs. We woke up in the woods not knowing, myself not knowing how I got here. And we're just trying to find water and food and get our way out of the woods. I mean, no harm to the wood, no harm to you, no harm to the forest itself or the animals that are here. Does the centaur notice that, like, I'm an elf too? Which, yeah.
As he says this, I want to mutter under my breath. No, that's not speaking for the other him.
And the centaur just sort of looks down upon both of you and says, "I know who you are. I've been watching you both for days."
Really?
I'm sorry, does he have a southern accent?
No.
It sounded almost like a cross between like a Native American and a Texan. Like I was like, wait a minute, what am I hearing right now? This sounds dope for a centaur, actually.
I was like, I'm like kind of perplexed because I'm
Sorry,
like,
that took me.
I'm like, he's such a big individual. How do we not notice him?
Sorry,
well,
that took me out for a second.
as you know, what was? So you have been watching us for days.
I protect this wood and all the rightful creatures within it, elf.
That is always my goal. I'm gonna grasp my ring that my mother gave me, and I was like, that's what my mother would have wanted.
Yes, Moonwind.
I'm actually raising my hand as Moonwind in this scenario to try to get the centaur's attention. And I'm like looking, like this guy's imposing, so I'm like looking to like his left, like the left of him. I'm just like kind of like averting my eyes, like looking past him, sort of like, excuse me, Mr. Centaur, sir. Could I ask you a question? What suppose, say you, based on your potentially extent knowledge on things, my God, your muscles are huge. So, would you perhaps know anything about cases in which a person may be possessed? And like my eyes like dart between like where I was looking past the centaur and to Leon. I was like,
You really are a daft individual, aren't you?
9 intelligence, man. I'm making the first piece of Songs from the Abyss merch that I'm gonna make for the Moonwind character is literally just gonna say 9 intelligence.
I know nothing of possessions.
Sir,
Shit.
do you have a title or name that you would like to be called when we address you?
I told you his name's Mr. Centaur.
He
See?
sort of looks up towards the canopy and looks back down towards you two. Says, Xanth.
Sant. I quite like that name. I like Zeds.
I am my tribe's leader.
X.
I'm gonna bow again on one knee.
And I rush and do the same.
Yeah.
And he will,
It is an honor to meet you, Sant.
and he will stamp his spear down 3 times again. Do, do, do. And we'll say, rise, please.
Xanth, if you've been watching us for days, you understand that we've been separated from our companions, and we also do not
Your
know
fault.
where we are. Do you know the best route to get to water where we could fish and camp for a night?
Screw
Unfortunately,
that.
Elf.
You know the way back to the lodge?
Unfortunately, Elf, your best choice to make now is to leave.
Could you tell me? Trust me, I want to. I want to, Xanth. Do you know the way back to the lodge where Falcon resides? You must know Falcon.
Falcon!
No disrespect, sir.
And he will sort of lift his spear up and tuck it underneath his arm, pointing the blade downward into the dirt. And he'll drive the blade into the moss below. And he says, oh, that boy, Falcon. And he'll start to sort of trot back and forth as you can see his bare teeth grimace in front of you. Oh, do not speak to me of Falcon.
I will
Sense
leave
of
it at
history
that.
there.
Moonwind, I believe we leave it at that.
Well, we don't know where everyone else is at. They might be at the lodge. If there's something wrong with Falcon, we need to know what's going on with that.
Has he done something
No,
evil?
no. There's nothing evil that Falcon has done. But he's annoying.
Understood.
What, did he leave your daughter at the altar or something?
Moonwind,
No.
Do you have a daughter?
He's done well for this forest. But he talks too damn much.
Fair
should
enough.
keep
Sounds like
this
you
guy.
and I aren't going to get along. Okay, so.
And he sort of trots himself around in a circle and comes back to face you two. And he looks down towards you, Leon, and he says, you both should leave. Not because I want you to leave, but because these woods are no longer safe.
I'm aware that orcs have been starting to occupy the forest. And they plan a ritual, Xanth. It is imperative that we find our companions and that we can find Falcon because we aim to try and stop this.
You speak to me of things I know already, boy.
I know, and we want to help.
He sort of looks over at Moonwind. Is what he's saying true?
Moonwind, it's okay to speak now.
I'm not even sure anymore, but okay.
Do you two want to help these woods?
Yes, these orcs have taken so much, not just from us, but from the woods, the surrounding villages, the towns, the roads. I mean, there's no fauna in these woods. I haven't seen a deer, a doe, an elk, a boar. There's something.
Somebody's got to do
very
something.
very wrong here. It is in my nature to take care in wood, even if it isn't my own.
If you two can help, then I do not mind being of assistance. And he pulls his spear from the moss in the ground and holds it up in front of him again. And he says, I cannot, in good conscience, keep my people in these woods as long as those orcs are here. You must be rid of them.
That is our goal. And Xanth, if we find their encampment, do you have warriors that could help? Because I imagine there's going to be quite a lot of them if they're planning a ritual within this wood. If we find all of our companions, that's only 5 of us. If Falcon's with us, that makes 6.
I will not put my people in harm's way for these orcs. We are leaving.
Understood.
If you
Understood.
cleanse these woods of these orcs, you can find us at Dragon's Burrow.
Dragon's Burrow.
But we will
Is
not
there-
stay another day here while those infestacious creatures take up my forest.
In Dragon's Burrow, is there a horn or a call to find you guys? I know you are masters of hiding within the wood.
We will find you. For now,
Understood.
head north. You'll find an encampment of humans there that can help you. But you must hurry, because I believe they are in danger themselves.
I'm gonna look at Moonwind. Is there Oh, duly noted, sir. Xanth, thank you. And stay safe.
I bid you farewell. Please.
I'm just gonna bow, like one arm like curled underneath.
Stay true and live strong. And he trots his front heels in front of you both and turns around with spear in hand, and you watch him as he trots out back into the darkness of the woods. And the jay that Leon you were talking to before comes landing on a branch just above your head. And it says,
I'll lead the way.
Thank you, little bird. Moonwind, let's go.
To the moving spine.
No. Don't you chirp at that and then speak normal to me. That's just weird.
and
I'm gonna chirp at Moonwind.
what do you... Actually, no, never mind. The jay will turn back towards you and say,
Well, that was rude.
and then continues flying.
I'll just laugh.
And you two march forth a good 10 miles north with this jay
10 miles.
leading
Whoa.
forward. Yes. Yes.
I'd like there to be a point during this march along the road where are there pine trees? Can there be pine trees?
There's some, yeah. There's
Just for the
pine
sake of
trees.
this?
Most of these.
I'm gonna
trees would
grab-
be pine or evergreen and a combination.
I'm gonna grab a branch off of a pine tree and I'm just plucking the pine needles and I'm throwing them at the back of Leon's head.
Can you roll me a...
Just like lightly tossing.
Give me a acrobatics check, please.
That's gonna be 18 plus 5, 23 total.
So you are able to sort of flick these pines, these little pine leaves.
I imagine I use like a little bit of my like inherent air Jenesy like air stuff just to add like a little I flick it with like a little extra oomph behind it.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Okay. What does that look like?
I just literally snap my fingers to cast it because it's like an innate ability.
It's a cantrip. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna snap my fingers, and then because I've noticed after a few, he's been hitting me. I mean, how could I not? You know what I mean? And then because like some may have hit my neck and like gotten my jacket, it just gets kind of annoying. I'm gonna put the Mage Hand right behind my head, and I want him to see it like start catching the needles, and they're just floating behind me.
Moonwind.
As I notice this happen, I'm going to take it and I'm gonna basically wanted bullet style this. Like, I'm gonna just do like a whoop, and it's gonna go around and hit him in the cheek.
How many needles are in the Mage Hand?
Probably 10.
I'm gonna have the Mage Hand float over in front of his face, so he's just gonna see them floating, and I'm gonna have them throw all of them at him at once, and I'm gonna turn around, and I'm just gonna be like, "That's magic."
Well, you want to know what else is magic? Whatever the hell you did last night. That came out wrong. Hold on. You gotta add.
And you two
Damn it.
continue.
I'm just literally Leon is gonna look at you and laugh.
And you two continue north.
Wait a minute.
And as you continue north, the sound of running, moving water grows louder and louder and louder. And the trees become more and less dense as you go through. You guys start to see some trees now cut with just the trunks of what used to be a tree left behind. Every couple of trees, another trunk. Another couple of trees, another trunk. And more trunks start to appear. Now every other tree, you start to see a trunk. And as you get closer to the sound of this river, you guys also start to get closer to the sound of clamoring axes and yelling and the bustling sound of busy work from just beyond this wood line. And as you guys sort of come up to this one last brief opening, you guys see in front of you a large waterfall coming off of a mountainside to your right into a river cutting through what looks to be a sort of shacked up encampment of large wood, not buildings, but sort of workers' equipment with chains and men bustling around with axes on their shoulders. And you guys can see people moving back and forth in a hurry with logs of wood wrapped around inside of their arms. And this river cuts down into a sort of pit that is beyond the main couple of buildings you see in front of you. You see sort of a dip into the ground. And 4 men are sort of standing there in front of these buildings, 2 human men and 2 dwarven men. And you can see all 4 of them chopping wood, moving wood from one pile to another, chaining different sort of groupings of cut up logs to each other as well, and tossing them onto bigger piles. What do you 2 do as you approach this encampment?
I'm gonna look at Moonwind and I'll be like, is this the logging encampment that Boris and Jackal were looking for?
Well, I see logs.
It was the mayor's brother, correct? What was his name? I do not remember.
Wait, that was the bloke that I was trying to ram into his door, wasn't it?
Yes, I don't recall the brother's name, but this could be the encampment that we were sent out here to look for in the first place.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to find the name.
I assumed that you had taken a little bit of a note.
I don't know where my notes are from the move.
That's okay.
Just-
That's okay.
yeah. I have the notes. They're just not here.
You just moved. That's okay. You're forgetting.
Yeah.
Do you have it, Xander?
Nope. That was a lot of primarily non-me roleplay moments. So I kind of like.
If I remember, the town master's name was Harbin Wester.
Do they
it's
share
his
the surname?
brother. I don't know, but I'm sure if we say we're looking for the brother of Harbin Wester, that could help.
You 2 approach the encampment.
I want to look at the encampment more thoroughly and see if it looks hostile in any way.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please.
Also, as we're having that conversation,
Oh my god, I got
I
another
wanted
nat 20.
I wanted to take another pine needle and flick it in his face.
I'm gonna ignore it. I got another nat 20.
It's gonna eat that pine needle, dude. It's gonna eat it.
Yeah, it's just gonna hit me and I'm
Yeah,
not
going
even
off.
gonna
That's the point.
That's
Just-
okay.
no.
That's all right. Leon, there
I
is
have a lot of like fuck you energy towards Leon right now.
There is nothing to signify that any of these men are particularly dangerous or aggressive, any more than just being generally intimidating for lumberjacks.
Do I see an inn or anything like that?
You both
A
can
hostel.
see some buildings where a group of men are sort of more gathered around than the other buildings, you could say. Off to the right, maybe 50, 60 feet.
Yeah. Do I see anybody that is obviously directing people,
Not
like a foreman?
necessarily, but you can see one guy with what looks to be a number of papers sort of in his hand as he's sort of scratching his head and looking at these papers. He looks confused and doesn't really know what he's looking at, just based on what you're seeing from his behavior.
Are we in visual of the town, and are we by water right now?
Yes, there is the river running through the middle of this encampment. This encampment isn't very large. It is sort of a series of 4 sort of shack buildings loosely put together with wood and stones sort of cluttered around, and then some tents that you can see on the edge. But you guys haven't seen kind of what's sort of beyond these first few buildings in front of you here.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to the water, and I'm going to wash my hands and wash off my face and, like, clean my hair just really quick. Just like a quick, like, I'm getting the dirt and the sweat and stuff off of me real quick.
Yes, Moonwind.
As he approaches the water and leans over to take it in, I want to push him in the water.
Both of you give me an imposed athletics check, please.
$18 total.
That's exactly what I got.
Roll again.
Damn.
Please. 23 total.
18 total.
In Moonwind, you sort of lift your foot up to kind of nudge Leon in his butt. And as you do, your boot sort of slips off to the side here. And Leon, what do you do feeling this boot sort of coming, grazing the side of your butt?
I'm going to have my mage hand just poke him with one finger in the back of the head to throw him off balance.
In Moonwind, you sort of clumsily lose your footing under your left leg and fall and sort of catch yourself on your hand for a moment.
So he's like next to the water, like next to me now, right? I'm going to look at him and I'm going to have like a bunch of water in my hand like this because I'm like cleaning myself. And I'm just going to splash it in his face.
And
I'll be like, you smell.
And you guys hear from just a few feet off to the left of you as you're sort of goofily laughing and splashing each other with water. You hear the voice of someone go, "Oi, who are you two?"
Stand up. But, oi! Hello?
We stand up. I quickly want to push him in the water.
Well, what? Roll me another athletics check, please.
Yep. 18 again.
That's what I got.
Keep rolling 16s. I keep rolling 16s, man.
I keep rolling 14s.
Go ahead. Roll
I got
again.
18 again.
All right, that's 17. So that's
I'm not
19
even
total.
shitting you. I'm not even shitting you. I just got another nat 20. I'm not even shitting you. Like,
So Moonwind, you
It's gonna be like just like a half-assed push.
you shove Leon, and Leon just sort of like trying to like shove you off of him, sort of continues.
he's gonna shove me, and I just want to like kind of like push him away, like you know, like a defensive like shove because I see it
The
coming.
beginning of
And
a
I
slap
want-
fight, essentially. Like just
But, like since it's a nat 20, I want to like accidentally push him, and he just kind of like flies like a little bit, you know, like one of those shoves where somebody just goes.
slip on the mud.
Yeah. So you shove Moonwind back, and he sort of slips and stumbles again next to you, and catches himself sort of just in time before he falls directly into the mud. And the man looks at you both, and he's sort of got this 5 o'clock shadow on his face, and it's not long hair, but sort of grown out, shorter hair. And his mustache is a bit more prominent than the rest of his facial hair, with brown garb sort of over the top of him. And this man is very obviously sweating from working at this encampment. And with an axe in his hand, he kind of just has it up on his shoulder. And he says, "Well, we don't get a lot of visitors around here."
Well, to be quite frank, we got separated from our companions. We were lost in the woods, but we were out here because we're sent to look for Harbin Wester's brother,
"Oh, looking for
a
Tybalt."
Fandolin. Tybalt, yes.
That's the name. I thought it was Tyler.
Ro-
What's a Tyler?
Right then. Okay.
It's another name.
Full suit then. Come on, let's go. And he sort of like turns around and kind of shrugs you guys over to follow him, and you guys walk down away from this, large pool of water underneath the waterfall there. And as you guys sort of come up to the sort of horizon line of the encampment, you can now see multiple tents sort of down in the bottom of this pit of this 10-15 foot drop that happens right at the edge of this sort of plateau. And you can see this logging encampment has the river running down and drops into this pit and continues to run down across it and then down into the bigger opening of this river. And here in front of you, just off to the left, is this sort of makeshift elevator plateau thing that is made of 2x4s and wood logs and chains that carry this platform up and down this top plateau. And the man stands over on top of this platform and says, "Come on, I'll show you the way to Tybor." And you two walk on to the platform, and he hits this lever, and the chains begin to move as the platform lowers slowly from the plateau you were on. Moonwind, your hand is up.
Setting some more like world building here for everyone. During this entire time that we're following this guy, I'm attempting to trip Leon. Just occasionally,
look at you.
Occasionally trying to catch his back foot.
I'm gonna look at you and playfully say, "Careful, or I'll start floating again."
Do it. I want you to.
No, you don't.
Why is that then?
Because floating is
What
kind
aren't you
of cool.
telling me? What aren't you telling me?
Moonwind, I told you we were going to have this conversation, but we have pressing matters right now.
You two are,
You damn near killed me.
two are an odd bunch, aren't you?
Yes.
I just turn and look at him with that still twitch in my eye. And
And the platform comes to the bottom of this plateau where there's a tent on each side of this sort of moving platform there. And the man steps off, and you guys can see a number of workers kind of moving back and forth along this river line that goes down across this encampment. You guys can see logs moving down the river from the waterfall and falling into the lowered area, carrying down the river into the bigger opening, where you can see two sort of slides that logs are continuing to sort of float down on this moving river. And here, sort of next to the lining of the river, is a man in a large sort of blue and brown robe lined with fur around the collar, and large sort of sideburns sticking out, protruding from the sides, and his hair is done up very nicely. And you can see on all of his fingers, he has different sized rings and all sorts of jewelry cluttered across his hands and his wrists and his fingers and around his neck. And all these men are sort of working around him as he is sort of, yes, over there, move that over there, go ahead. You over there, bring me that log, bring that over here. Don't put that there, move that down further. And he's sort of giving everybody loose directions as they're sort of dancing around him. And the man escorting you says, "That's the man you want. That's Tybor Wester." And the man in the blue robes, Tybor, turns back towards the three of you and he says, Jameson, why are you not working right now? And he says, we've got 2 visitors for you, boss. Just found them up by the falls. One said they were looking for you. And, well, all right, I'm off then. And he sort of goes back off to the platform, and Tybor sort of straightens his jacket up and comes towards the both of you and says, you're messing with my schedule. What do you two want?
Excuse me, sir. I have a proposition for you. I noticed you had these logs running down the river. Have you ever thought about turning this into a place of entertainment?
No.
Don't
Sir,
mind
no.
him, Tybor. Listen, us and our companions, who are unfortunately not present at the moment, were sent here by your brother, Harbin Wester of
Harbin?
Phandalin.
What does Harbin want?
He sent us to bring you back to Phandalin. Right now, you are in danger.
Danger? Danger of what?
I can tell you right now, the most immediate danger that we know about is that there is
You?
orcs in the woods
Right, works.
that are going to be conducting some sort of ritual. They've been attacking Phandalin, surrounding villages, the road, and the forest. We've already come across one of their encampments.
They make
They're
weird
not-
necklaces that don't break.
And Tybor sort of gives you both this sort of strange side eye. He says, I've no bother with orcs. They haven't attacked us of recent.
The woods say that they are coming for you.
The woods.
Yes, the woods.
Okay, the
He speaks
trees
to animals.
talk now? Is that what you're telling me?
Listen, I
Chirps.
can speak with animals, and we have met the centaurs of the wood.
Bloody
They-
hell.
they-
I have no time for children's fairy tales, gentlemen. I have a business and establishment to run here. Neverwinter.
These are no fairy tales, sir. I am Leon Hartswell of Baldur's Gate. I was sent out here to find the disruption that is plaguing the Sword Coast. And as what I can tell is that these orcs, who are followers of some sort of demigod, are conducting a
Talos.
ritual. Yes, what he said. They're following Talos. They are the orcs of Talos, and you are in immediate danger as they need live people for sacrifices to conduct their ritual. And you guys are the first sect of people that we have found within these woods that amass enough people. They are coming for you, whether you like it or not, whether it be today, tonight, tomorrow, next week. They are coming, and you are at danger here.
Leon, please roll me a persuasion check.
20 total.
And Tybor sort of looks at you and looks back at Moonwind and looks back at you, and he sort of turns for a second to see his men. And he goes, "What's your story, Blue Man?" As he points over towards Moonwind.
Well, he's telling you the truth. We have come across multiple platoons, even, of orcs. It's not safe out here. And you probably should return to Phandalin. But
Not only that,
tell you right now-
Phandalin is not safe either. It's more safe than here. But Phandalin has been attacked as well.
Phandel's
We
been
defended
attacked.
it. Yes, we defended it.
Oh, you're the blokes I've heard about then. Baldur's Gate, you say?
Yes. I'm part of a special division.
Where are you from, Blue Man?
I'm from all over.
I don't know if you can tell, but he is a monk. When I met him, he was floating pebbles in his hand.
You want to see?
Strange creatures. Okay, well... Orcs then, huh?
Yes, in not regular orcs. They're organized. They're smart. Dangerous. This man
Nelly.
has almost died quite a few times.
Almost every single time.
Bloody hell. I have noticed less creatures in these woods lately. Not often you don't
Yes.
see foxes and deer and all sorts of other things around here. It's been a little bit hard for our hunters to find some food recently, so I suppose I could believe you two.
The only way I could really say this is the centaurs that we met, they're leaving the woods because of how unsafe it is. And do you know Falcon by chance?
Do I know Falcon? Of course I know Falcon, boy. Are you kidding me? Falcon has taken me and my friends on many, many a hunting venture.
The orcs attacked his lodge.
Falcon?
Speaking of,
To be felled by orcs? That's
He's
silly.
not felled, but they attacked, and we fought the orcs there. We were separated from Falcon and our companions.
Yes, Blue Man.
speaking of, do you know how to get to Falcon's Lodge from here?
Oh, nobody knows where Falcon's lodge is. He just finds you and takes you away there. But if it's danger you say, I want no harm to my men. Shit. Well, I have to let Neverwinter know that we have to pause our work here. They're not going to be getting lumber for a while. How long do we have?
I don't know, unfortunately. I would almost prep for an immediate evacuation.
Bloody hell. Okay, well, oi! Come on! And he snaps his fingers, and when he does, you can see the man who had the papers up on top of the platform. Sort of scurry over to Tybor. He goes, yes, sir. He goes, you are to write a note to Neverwinter, telling them that we have paused all operations, and then gather all the men. We are leaving by sundown. And he says, yes, sir, yes, okay. And he runs off with these papers sort of tucked underneath his arm, and you can see these scrolls and plans all tucked underneath there as well as he frantically runs off into the distance there.
As that happens, I'm going to look at Tybor. I'll be like, do you have any men that are skilled with bows, skilled fighters at all? Because I recommend being armed and prepared.
These men aren't much of fighters, sir. We have hunters, but they hunt deer. They hunt for food.
They know how to use a
Same
bow,
idea.
correct?
I mean, maybe, but they're not going to be battle-worn by any means. I would assume that my brother would send you, too, because, well, you guys are the ones that are the fighters, yes?
Yes, but I say you should be prepared in the likely scenario that we come across orcs. Like I said, they are all over the wood and the roads. We have come by failed caravans, sadly. Men, women, children, they do not care.
We'll do what we can, and just don't expect us to do too much. My men do what they can.
I just want you to be able to defend yourself in the likelihood that we are struck down.
Okay, fair enough then. Right, well, there's much to do then. And Moonwind, yes.
As a monk, but also like an entertainer, can I try and instill in them a false sense of confidence, which usually tends to like help people out in a way, but just to kind of make them feel better about the trip, I want to do like a fake prayer for them as a monk.
Sure. roll me a performance check.
Sick. What is my performance right now? It's a +1. Okay. All right, 19 total.
And Moonwind, what does this prayer look like?
Basically, I'm just gonna like make this right here with my hands, like a triangle with my hands, and I'm just gonna spout some gibberish, like no language anyone's ever heard, just like
And you can
just like that.
see people, some of these workers, as they're kind of coming by you with their packs and axes in hand, trying to run back and forth, sort of stopping and seeing you. And you can see some of the men stop and, yeah, okay. And they keep going, they keep moving, and you see them sort of gain this sense of bolstered energy as they walk by you and see you for a moment there. And after a good hour or two, you two are sort of in the lower section where you can watch Tybor as he's sort of like a symphony, moving his men around, instructing them where to pack, where to place things, where things should be stacked. And over the course of those 2 hours, you guys saw this sort of magnificent display of workers all sort of knowing each other's pace. And as they sort of come to the end of their packing, and you can see this sort of large group of men just in the lower sections here gathered up around Tybor. Tybor sort of standing on this sort of wooden crate, just a couple feet taller than everybody else around him. You see this large crowd of maybe 30, 40 men wrapped all the way around Tybor. And Tybor stands on this crate and he says, "Men, these two fine gentlemen have come to us today to tell us that we are in danger. Unfortunately, we must leave. We are heading back to Phandalin to join our families until things tide over." And he looks down towards you two and he says, "These fine men have been commissioned by the town master, my brother, to protect us on our travels back to Phandalin. You will do well to make sure you only grab what you need. Do not bring excess. We shall travel as a group, heading south from this river, through the woods. Make sure you are together. Everyone has your paired man, as we have discussed before. If you stray from the caravan, you will be left behind. You are not to stray away from the caravan. You two fine gentlemen, do you have any words for our men today?"
Listen, the woods are dangerous right now. Orcs have been attacking villages, the roads, and Phandalin. My best words of advice is just stay cautious, be aware, use the buddy system, find your friend, use the buddy system.
You blue
Stay
man.
together.
What say you, blue man?
There's an old saying from my childhood. It goes, "Michi ga shukufuku sa ramasu yoni."
Oh, right then.
Don't know what the hells you just said there, Moonwind.
As he
You
said,
don't even know what you said.
yes, as the ancients once said, Fuku Simi Sam, Sumi. But more
Michi ga
important,
shukufuku sa Ramasu Yoni.
More importantly, though,
Nakafushu.
you must always remember. And the sound.
We
of a
need to leave
horn.
now.
And Tybor, sort of with a shocked look across his face, says, "Right, chop chop, we're gone." And he sort of jumps off of this crate as all the men sort of, in a panic, frantic shift, all start moving their way towards the river line where they are now traveling. And you guys can hear the clamored calls of chanting and smacking and growling growing from the plateau above as you start to see the silhouettes of worn warriors make their way up to the ridge line. You start to see arrows shoot down towards all of you.
I'm gonna grab Tybor and just start pulling on him and sprinting with him.
Moonwind, what do you do?
That kind of negates what I was originally going to do. I was originally going to, just for the sake of what's been going on in Moonwind's mind, my initial plan was I was going to grab Leon and start smacking him across the face like this. Bring out the purple! She said she wanted blood! There's plenty of blood out there!
So what do you do instead, Moonwind?
I'm just going to book it with everyone else.
I mean, you could still say those words while you're booking it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
actually,
can look at
I
you
was
in
actually just thinking of
confusion.
that. We just start running and like, now would be a great time to take out the purple.
Are you talking about Eldritch Blast?
As long as it's purple.
And as you guys sort of start to run southbound with this group. Yes, sir.
And down.
Southbound, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said they're on a ridge.
The orcs
Right.
are, yes. They're on the ridge line that you guys entered from.
On the ridge line, is it like a cliff that might have...
Is it weak?
Potentially. This is the same plateau.
Can he
you
blow out
guys-
the cliff with an eldritch blast?
That's what I'm thinking!
You could, but there was a lot of orcs on this ridgeline, and there's a lot of ridgeline. You're talking maybe 60, 70 feet of open semicircle around where you guys were standing.
But I could slow him down.
If you'd like to, absolutely, yeah. Go ahead and roll to hit for me. I'm looking for a 15.
So I'm not looking to hit the orcs specifically. I am looking to hit the ridge line, and I want to crumble the ridge. How high is the ridge line up in the air? Like
About 20 feet. That's how far down the platform took you guys.
Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's not a big enough height where it's going to kill anything.
That's okay. Either way.
Fuck it, let's do it. I want to just destroy. So there's a platform that takes you down, right?
Yes.
I want to destroy that in the ridgeline. That's like that. It's
Maybe to
the
destroy
platform.
the platform itself to keep them from coming
Yeah.
down. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit for me.
I got 19 plus 6. That is a 25.
So you see the orcs start to begin to flood onto the platform from above. And when they do, you have your glow come from your hand and you let off this eldritch blast towards the platform, and you can see the blast go through the chain on the right side of the platform, snapping the chain, and the platform collapses from one side with all of the orcs falling down to the bottom ground below the platform itself.
and you can hear all of them all falling upon each other as the platform collapses underneath them.
As we're running away, I'm gonna look at Moonwind. I'll be like, "There's your purple."
And you guys
Close enough.
continue south, and as you continue south, the river line starts to shrink into the actual forest itself, where you two and the men of workers, along with Tybor, are now frantically running through the forest. These men are desperate to run to safety. But more importantly, you guys are noticing that some of the men are tripping and falling and collapsing onto one another, not really knowing what to do. But you can hear the sound of orcish drums very quickly following suit behind you guys as you continue to run south. Yes, Moonwind.
As we're running, am I taking notice? Like, am I very keen on the people that are tripping and falling? Because I want to be able to potentially utilize my air genasi, just innate ability to kind of like maybe give them a gust of wind underneath them to keep them from falling down completely, and kind of give them a second chance to keep going.
I will allow it for you to roll at disadvantages to do so. So we'll use the same chase rules we used with Kezarek, the spider, in this term.
Okay.
So roll at a disadvantage. Let's say, let's make this an acrobatics check.
Okay. 16 total.
And you can see a man fall sort of just 5 feet in front of you, and as he does, you sort of use your hand motion to gust the wind underneath him, and it sort of keeps him from falling too far, and he sort of catches himself before stumbling forward. As he continues to run, you can see him straighten up a little bit more. But more importantly, you guys start to notice these men are now gasping for air. They're running for their lives, all scattered across these woods. Leon, you, as you're running, can now feel the thumping of footsteps running in accordance with you guys from not too far behind. But when you do, an arrow shoots across the side of your head, and you're able to just glimpse right underneath it for this arrow to hit a tree next to you as you continue to run. Do you look back or do you keep running?
I keep running, and I'm going to once again just kind of grab my mother's ring that she left me, and I'm just gonna say, if this was meant for anything, I could really use it.
And Leon, you continue to run alongside Moonwind, just about 5 feet off to the right of you. And you guys running sort of in unison, seeing these men sort of jumping over logs. Moonwind, you also can feel the shooting of arrows kind of scrape across the left and right of you, as you also hear the thumping of boots breaking and snapping wood from underneath them, just a few feet behind where you guys are running. And Moonwind, you can see another man sort of trip and fall over a log, and when he does, another man tries to lift him up. And you run up to his side, the other side of the man, to sort of lift him along with the other man. Would you please roll me an athletics check?
While he's rolling, how many men are with us?
About 40 men are scattered across these woods running with you guys.
So 15 total.
And you pick up this man, and you can tell that he has done something to hurt his leg somewhere, because he's now limping. And the other man is like, come on, John, we have to keep going. And he's like, I can't, my leg fucking hurts. And Moonwind, go ahead.
Real quick, this is what I want to do real fast. I want to rip off the sleeve of the shirt of the guy that's helping me with the downed individual, grab 2 sticks off the ground, and create a makeshift splint real quick. Like super fast. Just wrap it up, go.
So I need you to roll me 2 survival checks.
Okay.
Leon, could you
Should
roll
roll
me
2
a
dice at the same time.
perception check while he's doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay. You said survival?
Yes.
I got
Okay, so I got
21
a-
total.
21. Okay. Moonwind.
I got a 23 and an 8.
Okay. I will let you choose which one of those goes first or second.
Twenty-three first, 8 second.
So, Moonwind, you can tell by looking a little bit closer that this man has hurt his ankle. And his ankle definitely is a little bit more swollen than what looks to be normal on a humanoid creature. And you sort of start to wrap this cloth around these 2 sticks around the base of his ankle, but it seems that you can't quite get the wrapping to tuck underneath his foot the way that you want it to. And as you're sort of tucking this wrap around to the lower part of his ankle, you can hear thunk, and an arrow strikes into the back of the man with the messed up ankle. And the other man sort of looks in shock as he looks down at his friend, and he looks back at you, and he says, "We have to go, we have to run!" And he just continues on forward without you. And Leon, as you sort of see that happen next to Moonwind, you look back and you can see a herd of orcs sprinting dead at you guys, with one having an arrow knocked on its bow, ready to fire towards you. Leon, what would you like?
Is there a large tree that I can try and shoot an eldritch blast at, and with the hopes of it falling on them?
I will either let you continue to run while doing this and roll at a disadvantage, or stop in place and roll regularly.
I'm gonna roll at a disadvantage
Okay.
and keep running.
I am looking for a 15 again.
And this is plus my hit for the spell, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. I have a +6. Rolling disadvantage.
What'd you get?
I got a 16 and a 17 +6, so it's 22 or
yeah.
23.
Moonwind, your hand was up.
Right. Is the ground underneath us dry? Is there dirt?
No, there is some grass, some moss. There is some dirt, yes. But it's pretty standard forest ground.
Check my inventory. That's fine. I'll wait for my next move to see if he actually hits a tree and drops a tree.
Yeah, I want to try and fell a large tree next to them to take out a number of orcs and slow them down. That's my goal.
And Leon, are you using Eldritch Blast for this?
Of course.
That
is my highest force damage.
You let off another Eldritch Blast shot as you sort of turn to run away again, and you let off this shot towards a tree that you saw was already kind of leaning over a bit, and you strike it right at the bottom to see the wood explode from underneath it, and the tree falls over to smash 2 of the orcs in pursuit. But one of them that was in front continues forward. Moonwind.
Keep going.
I'm gonna take a bag of caltrops and throw them on this end of the tree so that orcs coming over the tree will land into the caltrops.
Roll me an acrobatics check, please.
Uh, 17 plus 5.
22.
22.
23, 22?
22, yeah.
Yep, 22.
So, Moonwind, you reach into your bag and you can feel these caltrops, and you pull out, let's say, 5 of them. and you toss them out from underneath. And these caltrops go rolling out into the dirt just in front of the felled tree there, and you turn and you continue running off. And the orcs continue to follow, and you can hear as you run off some of the orcs sort of under the sound of crunched bark. You hear them as they step upon your caltrops there. But you still hear the sound of one specific orc following very closely behind as you guys continue down south. Another arrow shoots across Leon, the side of your shoulders there. And the arrow strikes you from behind your right shoulder. And Leon, you will take 4 points of piercing damage. And this arrow hits you in the back of your shoulder, and you sort of stumble for a moment as you sort of try to catch yourself before falling. And when you do, you sort of look over your shoulder for a very brief moment and see that there are 3 orcs maybe 15 feet away from you guys as they are chasing in pursuit. And Moonwind is now just a couple of feet off to your right. What do you two do?
Is there more orcs that we can see visually behind them in
There
pursuit?
are, yes. And you can see them sort of like ants moving in and out of holes, shifting between the trees off into the distance, but they are definitely in pursuit as well.
Like to use an air push to try and knock the closest.
Yeah,
orc
I'm gonna
off
thunderclap.
balanced.
I'm gonna thunderclap, which is an area of effect if they're that close. Let me make sure the range.
Oh,
no,
there you go.
the range isn't good enough for that. Never mind. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the closest one.
Are you going to continue running, or are you going to stay in place?
I'm gonna continue running.
Okay, roll that at a disadvantage, please. And Moonwind, you said you would like to do an air push.
Yeah, just like a little a basic air push. Like whichever he doesn't hit, whichever's closest after that.
Okay.
I got a 15 total.
You said there's 3. You said there's 3 within close proximity, right?
Yes, there are within
I'm go-
like 10 feet of you guys.
I'm going
yes.
for the one with the bow.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the one I'm shooting.
Okay. And Moonwind, also roll at a disadvantage, please.
All right, and is that an acrobatics or?
That should be an acrobatics. Let's say acrobatics.
Okay. That is going to be 10 total.
10 total. And Leon, you sort of let off this blast to the orc with the bow as you can see it sort of get ready to knock another arrow. And this blast sort of reaches out and nicks the left side of its shoulder as it sort of as it falls down to one side and continues to pick itself up, running towards the both of you. Moonwind, you shift your hand up and see this gust of leaves and sticks blow up from the eastern side and blow into the face of the other 2 orcs there. And you can see some rocks land into their eyes, but they continue to run forward there. As you guys continue to run south, you guys can see more of these men tripping and falling over themselves, but now you can see a sort of sun line coming into reach in front of you. You guys have probably ran a good mile already. As you continue forward, the trees begin to become thicker than they were near the lumber camp. And it's becoming harder to see these men that are running with you. And it's becoming even just as hard to see the orcs that are chasing in pursuit. And Leon, as you continue to run forward, you can see that there is a sort of strange thicket of thorns that are here in front of you. Please roll me an acrobatics check.
Is this at disadvantage or anything?
No, we can run it as regular.
I got a 17 total.
And Leon, you sort of see this thicket of bushes kind of tucked underneath this, behind this log that you are about to jump over. And when you do, you sort of see that thicket as you prance over to the right side over this log off to the side of the thicket of thorns there. And Moonwind, you kind of shift sides with Leon as you two are sprinting through these woods. And Moonwind, you can feel these vines begin to sort of run down lower than the canopy, closer to where your head is. And when you do start to notice this becoming thicker, you also start to notice the ground underneath your feet now becoming softer. And Moonwind, if you could roll me an acrobatics check regularly, not at a disadvantage.
Nat 20.
And Moonwind, you continue to run and you can feel the ground getting softer. So you sort of, in a moment's notice, sort of swoosh your hand to the side as you feel this gust of wind start to pick you up from underneath your feet. You just glide over the top of what looks to be a mud pit that was in front of you. And Moonwind, you can see more arrows start to shoot by your head, and more of these men start to stumble and fall. And more importantly, the both of you notice Tybor, maybe 10 feet in front of you, has tripped and fallen. It is felled into the dirt, now covered in leaves and broken sticks all over his blue robe. What do you two do?
I'm going to grab Tybor.
Moonwind, do you do the same?
I'll help. I'll give him a gust of wind. Nice little air push.
Moonwind, you give me an acrobatics at a disadvantage, and Leon, you give me athletics at a disadvantage.
Okay, can I also...
That was a nat 20 and an 11.
Okay, Leon, what was that?
Can I also try and make a second roll? I know this will be at disadvantage because I want to try and grab Tybor, and I want to also shoot another Eldritch Blast at pursuing orcs.
I can't let you do two actions at the same time. Because both of those would count as an action. So let's just start with you helping Tybor first and go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that 11, by the way, was plus 5, so it's 16.
Okay.
I only got what was the modifier?
Athletics. So whatever your strength modifier is.
Okay, so plus 4. I only got 7.
7. Oof. So Leon, you run up to Tybor and you sort of like pull him by his arm to try to get him up. And Moonwind thankfully lets us gust off from underneath Tybor to sort of help shimmy him up. But Leon, you sort of feel your hand slip from underneath his bicep there, and he falls over again into the dirt. Leon, would you like to let off a shot now?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I want to try and fell another tree on them, if possible.
I will let you do it as a normal roll, but with a higher DC. So go ahead and roll for a attack.
I got 23 total, 17 plus 6.
So you sort of stand your ground here next to Tybor, and you let off another eldritch shot directly at another tree, and you can see this tree's trunk just explode with bark going all directions again. And you can feel the tree sort of land into the dirt, separated from its trunk. As it falls over again, it doesn't land on an orc, but it definitely falls in front of 2 of the 3 orcs that were following closest behind.
Okay. I'm gonna reach down and grab Tybor again.
Moonwind, what do you do?
At that point, I was actually going to say during the Eldritch Blast, I was going to run up and help Tybor up.
So both of us.
And so you guys go to pull Tybor, and the orcs now just maybe 10 feet away from you sort of stop and post themselves, knock their bows, and let off 3 shots towards the 3 of you.
Can I do a rule for cool move if
Well,
I'm seeing this happen?
Hold on real quick. Moonwind might have something. Moonwind, would you like to use...
This might be a little rule of cool. I do want to use deflect missiles. But because I'm an air Jenesy, I want to see if there's a way that I could, like, if I'm successful on this, like, wave my hand using the wind to basically grab all the arrows and then deflect them.
So, Xander, what I'll do is we will do this as a Cthulhu roll. Okay? So, we're going to do an opposed check between you and I. And if you are successful, I will allow the rule of cool to take place.
Yes, let's go.
Okay?
This is the first Cthulhu roll.
First official Cthulhu roll, my good sir.
We gotta in future episodes. We gotta find like a Cthulhu roll camera.
I know.
to enter in here.
We'll just fucking Dimension 20 the fuck out of it, right? What's up, Leon?
Can I do my thing too at the same time? Because I don't know what he's about to do. So this is like an instinctive thing too. So
what were you trying to do?
I was gonna thunderclap to try and like just disperse the arrows.
Okay. Let me double check one thing really quick.
Because it does knock back.
It does. I'm more concerned about whether or not it will affect Highborn Moonwind as well.
Well, it depends on.
Is this a cone, right?
Yeah. No, it's an AoE. So it's each creature within range other than you has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw. So you could do it, but Moonwind and Tybor would have to succeed on.
But it's a cone though. It does. It's not an AoE around me.
It is an AoE. It would say cone if it was a cone attack. So this is just within the 5 feet range all around you in all directions.
Yeah. So think of radius.
Mm-hmm. So I think you do have another cone attack. I think it is.
I don't think I do.
Here, I'll double check just to be sure. I'll make sure we're being fair for you guys.
I'm gonna try and create bonfire then to just put a wall of fire and
create bonfire.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
It's a cantrip.
It is. It's only 5 feet large.
How high are the arrows shooting from? They're shooting them straight, correct?
Sure. Yeah. Okay, I'll allow it. So let's have Leon. Let's have you roll for a DC. Okay, I see. Yeah, let's have you roll for a check on that. And you're going to be doing a...
Because it makes a 5-foot cube.
Yeah.
And I can...
So you're going to be looking for a spell attack. So you are going to go ahead and just roll and then add a +6. And Moonwind will do our opposed right after Leon.
(16 + 6), that is going to be 22.
Okay, and Moonwind, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Is that with any modifier on mine?
You rolled out of the Cthulhu.
This is very good Kraken type energy right here. The
Fucking
first ever
real, dude.
Cthulhu roll, and it's botched.
And it just fucking disappears, dude. Okay, re-rolling
Oh my God.
here. Okay, what did you get, Xander?
Do I have a modifier at all?
Yes. We'll constitute this as an acrobatics as well.
Oh, okay then. That is an 18 plus 5.
Wow.
23.
I got a 14.
Oh, even the 18 would have won too.
Yep. We'll let him have his moment real quick. He's talking to Lydia. I don't want to jump in case it was important. So,
Sorry, what's up?
so these orcs let off these 3 shots towards you, and in this sort of moment that feels like time is suspended in front of the both of you, Moonwind, you sort of swipe your hand from the right to the left, and you can feel this gust of wind sort of bloom out from the side. And at the same time, Leon, you sort of raise your hand from underneath, and this fire grows from the dried leaves and sticks on the ground, and the fire rises in front. And when it does, the wind of Moonwind's gust begins to swirl around the fire, and the fire engulfs into this large cyclone in front of the both of you, and the arrows fly into the cyclone and become immediately incinerated, and their arrowheads continue in velocity forward but land at your guys' feet. And when
Nice combo move.
that happens, you guys then hear more arrows launch from behind you towards the orcs in front of you. Many arrows. And along with these arrows, also spears. And the spears fly across between your guys' heads, and you guys can see these orcs get toppled by spear and arrow shots entering into their chests as they fall backwards. And then you hear the gallop of feet approach behind as 5 centaurs enter in your peripheral view. And just from behind you, you can hear the sort of slow trot of a heavier step as you turn and see Xanth once more. And he says, "You do me a favor, and I will do you one. Run!" And
Will
he
do.
throws his spear forward, and you guys can see where the spear begins to send. There, 10 feet in front of you, is an anchorite with half of its face burnt and pummeled and scratched, and with its hands, 2 large blades in the shape of reversed sights in front of you. As it sort of glimmers a gross, twisted smile, you see the spear get clanked out on its way towards the orc. And Xanth, as you both turn to run away, you guys can hear his call. "Forward!" And the centaurs charge as the rest of you continue to run south to the safety of sunlight that breaks at the edge of the Neverwinter Woods. And that will be the end of today's session, gentlemen. Thank you. You guys did well with Xanth. You guys did very well with Xanth, so I thought that would be a good thing for you guys to have a little bit of backup here at the end of it. So, guys, thank you at home for joining us for this session. Wonderful time, very good time. This was a great episode. And thank you two for doing such a phenomenal job today. Like we mentioned before, you guys will not be on next week's episode, but the people at home will see what that means soon enough. In the meantime, until next time, I love you.
Love you.